Hello, shiny happy people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm the Cinema.Sewist, and on this channel, I am trying to create a cinematic wardrobe utilizing a little bit of creativity and a whole lot of dedication. Now, in today's video, I wanted to show you what all I have ended up sewing through the month of March and the first week of April. And full disclosure, there will not be a sew and tell for April, but I will get to that in a minute. Why that is, because there is a reason for it. But in any case, without further ado, let me jump right into it so this video doesn't get crazy long. Let's start with what I'm wearing. This is one of the pieces actually that I had in my sew and tell plans for March. This is the Sirocco jumpsuit from Deer and Doe Patterns. And it is made out of this, I think it's viscose crepe style jersey from Lady McElroy with the cutest little elephants on it. I was planning on originally making a different jumpsuit. I wanted to make the Jasmine jumpsuit by Gertie out of this, but in hindsight I found this so much more practical for my everyday wear, and it comes together so quickly. It's just like I whip this up in a couple of hours. This is my 4th iteration, by the way, so I can also show the other 3 that I made, plus more pictures of me wearing this one so you can see it in full size, because I'm restricted here in room. You won't see much more than what you see here anyway. But it's such a good pattern. It's just like I I think I've said it in the last video too. I love this thing for any kinds of errands that I have to run. It's just so quick to put on and it feels like pajamas. And it was just logical to make this one again, the 4th iteration of it. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. I did not have to modify anything except for, and I did that on all 4, I tapered in the leg a little more so that it really has a tapered leg so that it's not so wide. And apart from that, I did not do any other adjustments. The only thing that I'm doing differently than the instructions is because the instructions have you sew everything so that the side seam stays open, but they make you sew the sleeves in first. And I think they close the side seams and then you have to sew in the sleeve as you would with a regular sleeve. Now with knit items, it's always a little better, a good idea to sew in sleeves actually flat. So when you have the side seams still open so that you're not having to mess too much with that arm side here. So that's what I'm usually doing. I'm sewing these in flat and then I'm sewing the whole side seam from the sleeve all the way down in one piece, which usually works out well for me. But yeah, I can't praise this enough. This is a great pattern. And yes, very happy with how this came out. Now the second piece I'm going to show you is actually the first piece I did sew in the month of March. And this took surprisingly a little longer than I expected it to. This is the one that I had already cut out when I made the sew and tell video. This is well, you see here the Wonder part, and up top is the Barbara bodice part of the Barbara and Wonder mashup dress, again by Gertie's Charm Patterns. And this one was easy to sew, as was the first version that I made, the pink one. However, I made one crucial mistake and I used the wrong tracing of the Wonder skirt. I, of course, used the same size that I had used for the doodle dress, and the skirt ended up way too big for me. And even the bodice is a little too big to be honest, because this is a cotton stretch sateen. Now, I have rectified the stretch part by utilizing, so the whole dress is lined. I did line the whole dress in the, I'm not entirely sure. I think from the pattern itself, I think the Barbara bodice isn't lined originally. I might be wrong, but I've lined the whole thing because the Wonder skirt is lined, and it would just be silly to have an unlined bodice and a lined skirt. It doesn't work for me. So what I did is I fully lined the dress in silk lining. Let's see here, I got an invisible zipper, and yeah, that is what I utilized. And in the end, after how many fittings did I do? I think 2 fittings of the skirt where I kept pinching down the sides, and also a little bit of the front and the back side pieces. That is the good thing about the Wonder skirt. It has so many pieces that you can just very evenly size it down. So that's what I did. And yeah, just to make it fit. Oh, I also did, I don't know if you can see this on camera. Hopefully you can. I did add the zipper in the front for the front slit, which is a really nice addition. I really like it. I'm showing, of course, more pictures so you can see what's going on with it when I'm wearing it. I'm overall very happy with the dress, and I'm seeing a little bit the silver lining on this one by saying, okay, this might be a little too loose. It's still a little too loose, if I'm being honest, but at least I can get in and out of my car easily in this one. It's super comfortable to drive in. It's nothing like where I'm actually scared that a seam might pop or whatever. So to me, this is kind of a win. And I like the colors. I like wearing it. I think it looks very cute. And yeah, I'm gonna wear this a lot. On to the next piece. So like I said, I had enough fabric left of the John Caldor stretch cotton sateen for a waistcoat. And I was right. I had enough for a waistcoat. And here it is. This is my version of the waistcoat. This is the New Look 6914, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, put my tag in. Um, and it's also lined with silk lining. Now, I had even enough for the back piece of the fabric, but I did not have enough to cut these front pieces for the facing in the same fabric. So what I did in this case was I utilized white cotton lawn, which to me works. I think it's okay. I did sew hand-sewn buttonholes, for better or worse. They're not great. I'm still practicing, and yeah, they're okay. They do their part. They function, so I'm happy enough with them. And yeah, I've already worn this piece actually a couple of times because it is very cute. The buttons are from my stash. I actually had put a poll up on Instagram, and most people voted for these ones, and those were my favorite as well. So I'm very happy that I got to utilize them, especially in combination with the blouse that I made. Again, this has my tag too. Um, yeah, I've worn this also a couple of times, and I did not iron anything prior to this video. Apologies, I just pulled it out of my closet. So this one, in combination with the waistcoat, was kind of my Easter outfit. So I wore this on, actually I wore this on Easter Sunday, yes. And I wore it to work as well. I think it's just, it in combination, it's just a super cute outfit. I'm going to show a couple of pictures. This is the McCall's 8180 shirt. And I think it has a name because McCall's did for a while give individual names for their patterns. They stopped doing that ever since, but I forgot the name. I can put it up. But anyway, It has this gigantic Peter Pan collar. I utilized version C, which has the ruffle all around it. And yes, I cut this in a straight size 12 from the McCall's pattern. The new look waistcoat, I would need to check again. I had to actually retrace the waistcoat because I had packed up my original tracing. I think I went for a size 8 even from the measurements, 8 or 10. I'm not entirely sure, but no modifications made there. And on this one, I tried to actually lengthen the blouse by 4 centimeters, but then I cut the facing in the original size, and so that was kind of useless. So it has the original length. It is ever so slightly too short to tuck in. I can tuck it in, but it comes back out the moment I sit down or whatever, which is a little bit annoying. I wish that would have worked better, but it didn't. Anyway, I got cuffs on this. These pearl buttons you can see, I actually took them from another blouse that I threw out, and I only salvaged the buttons. For this one I did make machine sewn buttonholes. Could not be bothered to make like 10 hand sewn buttonholes. I had enough after the 5 I did for the waistcoat. And a little addition that I made spontaneously was I had some pastel colored ribbons left, some satin ribbons, and I've decided to add these to the ruffle to give it a little bit, yeah, a little bit of a cuter effect, and I think it really works. So I'm very happy with this, especially because the fabric is so old and it's very cute. I like this blouse a lot. I will probably wear this a lot as well with the waistcoat together because it looks really, really, really cute and cool and like a statement outfit. So very happy that I finally got around to this one. And next up, actually, this could have been a frugal sew for this year. So in March, there was the initiative Frugal Sew, and it's kind of like a competition where you choose a free pattern, you choose fabric from your stash, you put it together, make, reveal it on the 31st, and then you can enter a raffle. And it's all about, and I like the initiative a lot because it's a lot about sustainability, not always buying new things, but utilizing what you have instead of, yeah, being a consumer that we all tend to be way too often. So actually, this outfit would have qualified, but I did not post this on the 31st. I could have, I did not. Yeah, I'm elsewhere with my mind at the moment. In any case, I announced to you that I wanted to make a cute little set of pajamas utilizing the Siamese yoga cats. And here is the top section of this. This is the Tanika bralette, a free pattern by Madeline. And I did link to this in the last video. I'm going to link to it again because it is a really cool pattern. I made the size, I think I made the size XL in the end because I felt, yeah, it always depends with your knits how much stretch they have, how much give they have. So for this one, I chose XL, and I wanted this to be comfortable because this is definitely for sleeping. And then for the shorts, I went with the sports shorts from Friday Pattern Company. Now these are normally for wovens. I made them now in a knit. This is the back, that's the front. And because it is a knit, I have cut these in a size M. Normally I would fall into a size L to make them comfortable for sports if you utilize wovens. but on this one, size M, and it fits perfectly. And actually, it's quite genius. They do have pockets here, and these are in the end top stitched. I used like a decorative stitch for the top stitching. I stuck to white because, yeah, that's what I had in the machine, and it worked the quickest. And I think it blends in well. What I did not do, what the pattern originally has, is at the bias binding around the legs and also around this pocket, I think it is. It was somewhere. And the legs on the side, they have like a crisscross opening originally, which I omitted because these are sleep shorts. These are not sport shorts. But these are super comfortable. I am very happy because now I have two patterns that I can utilize for pajamas. And I think I mentioned last time that I have another knit, also 1 yard piece. I will make these again from that other fabric, which you will see probably in a sew and tell in May. Yeah, and very sustainable. 1 yard of fabric gives you two pieces. I mean, obviously, it also depends on the size. And I had to do a little bit of finagling to really make it work. But yeah, I got this out of a yard, which is pretty cool. Yes, so my little PJs. And for the last piece of this video, this is also, well, this comes with a little bit of an announcement. This is not only the last piece of this month and this video, but this is also the last piece that I have sewn in this space where I'm sitting here right now. I am in the process of moving. Maybe you can tell because there used to be a picture up here, which is not there anymore. And yeah, I'm in the preparation of moving. I'm gonna move in 2 weeks from filming this video. Very excited, very nervous. It has been a good journey in this space, and yeah, moving on is kind of a little bit bittersweet, I would say. So this sewing this thing was a little bit bittersweet. Now I'm not moving like across the country or anything crazy. Actually, I'm moving up the road, so I'm not moving really out of town, but I'm moving. Yeah, I'm moving to somewhere else. And yes, I did start my sewing journey in this space, so it is kind of bittersweet. But anyway, this last piece is the Minerva brand ambassador make that I have now finalized. It took me a week, but I made it. This is the combination of the Maria bodice and the Maria pencil skirt put together as a dress, and with the lantern sleeves. And what is a little different, special, whatever you want to call it about this is I fully lined the thing again. And this time I didn't even need to because neither of the pieces, yeah, the pencil skirt either is lined. But from my Persephone, I had enough of the stretch red lining left, so I did the same trick that I did for the Persephone, which was line it in red. I like that look. It looks so cool when you have a black and red fabric and then you line it in red. That Christian Louboutin look. I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. And here's a tag from Gertie. And yeah, this is my final make in this space. I'm very happy with how this came out. It fits very nicely. I must say I did a size, I believe a size 8. Yes, a size 8 for the Maria bodice. And for the skirt, I actually went with starting at a size 8 for the waist, but then grading down to a 6 for the hips and then all the way down. And it fits perfectly. It's not too tight, it's not too loose. This one's just perfect. And I must say I will make more of these because it's a cool dress. I was a little bit on the fence at first about these uh patch on pockets, the patch pockets here. Um but I must say once it's done and when you wear it, it looks really nice. And you got spacious pockets. A dress with pockets is always worth it, in my opinion. The fabric is really nice too. I can highly recommend the John Caldor cotton sateen. It has a very slinky top. And yeah, it almost feels silky, the surface, which was sometimes a bit of a challenge in sewing, but not as much that I would be annoyed by it. It's just, I wouldn't say it's really a beginner fabric. But then, yeah, for a beginner fabric, you probably want to start with something like a pure cotton, uh, like a quilting cotton even, that is just behaving, pressing nicely. It doesn't do anything, doesn't slip away from you. This one had a little bit of a slippery quality to it. But yeah, the back, as you can see here, the slit, and I did hand finish the hem and the slit, so I didn't really have to think about all of these things. For the sleeves are unlined, and I finished the lining here in the arm side. In retrospect, I must say, I would fully line the sleeves as well because these facings, they keep popping out. And I already stitched it in one place, as you can see here, in the under seam. I already stitched the facing down, but still the rest keeps popping out. And I might rectify that with a couple of tacking stitches just to keep it in, but next time I would fully line the sleeves as well. But that is also the learning curve that we go through when we sew new things. And on a side note, I really like the lantern sleeves. They look amazing. We'll make more of these. They're really cool. And yeah, overall, very happy with this dress. It is a very, yeah, it's a statement, again, another statement piece that is also, yeah, you can wear this into the office, and you're just looking well put together. So yeah, that's the Maria dress for you. And that is all I got. That is all I got for this month. That is all I got from this space. Like I said, next time you will see me, it will be in a different space and also probably very chaotic, question mark, because after the move I will have to unpack, and it is a lot that I have. There's a lot of work to do. I don't look forward to it, but it needs to be done. And I'm also going to do a lot of more creative things in my new space. I did a couple of creative things in this space, but I can do even more in my new space. So we'll see how that goes. And you will be the witness of this if you tune in and if you keep tuning in. The best way to do that is subscribe to my channel if you like this content, if you're interested to see where my journey goes on my new space. And also make sure, if you like this content, to give it a thumbs up if you can. And I'm always happy for comments. If you want to if you have a comment, you want to comment on anything, if you want to tell me which pieces you like the best, let me know. And I will see you here very, very shortly again. I promise. That's a wrap. Stay safe. Take care. and bye bye.